I am so glad that you have joined me on another podcast. Today, we're going to talk about being vulnerable will expose your possibilities. It simply means vulnerability will expose your possibilities. Now, what does it mean when I say you ought to be vulnerable? To be vulnerable is to be exposed to the possibility of danger. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to our mind. You know, danger's ahead, so don't be vulnerable. But it also can be the opposite of what you're thinking. To be vulnerable can also mean to expose yourself to security, safety, and protection. That sometimes all God wants you to do is to become vulnerable so that you can find protection, you can find safety, and you can find security. It's really amazing how people build walls to protect themselves from danger, but do very little to open up themselves to possibilities that are out there. In spite of what you may think about our world and the negative things, and in spite of the struggles you think you're enduring and dealing with and battling every day, in life, right now, the same air that you're breathing, the same planet you're living on, there are people right now who are taking advantage of the opportunities that are available to them. Now, if you make the effort, if you really make the effort to protect yourself from threats, right? If you make the effort, we all do that. We always want to protect ourselves from, people who don't mean us good. We always want to protect ourselves from the danger that is seen and unseen. But how many of you make the effort to expose yourself to the possibilities of greatness and success that's out there? I hear women say this a lot. Women will say, there's no good men out there anymore, and they come up with all the reasons to justify that. But then when you ask them, okay, why would you say that? And they say, well, I've looked, I don't see anybody, it's a hopeless case. I've already settled in my mind. I'll never get married again. I'll never go in another relationship. When in reality, they don't expose themselves. They don't allow themselves to become vulnerable for a guy to want to ask out on a date. They don't go nowhere. They lock themselves up in the prisons of their own ideas, their own failures, their own misery. And yet they're saying no good men are out there. You've got to learn to expose yourself. If you can protect yourself from what you consider a threat, then you can also do the opposite. You can also now say to yourself, let me go to the environment that I think can foster my growth and my success. You see, it's okay to be vulnerable. Don't let anybody kid you. It is okay to be vulnerable. It's okay. It's okay to open up to the potential of greatness that's out there, that's available for you. So listen to me today. It's okay. Listen to me, man of God. It's okay to become vulnerable. If you can get past the hurt, if you can get past the pain, if you can get past the culture that you grew up in, that's a big one. If you can get past your ignorance, yes, because all of us at some point in time in our life, we're going to walk in ignorance. If we can just get past all of that and embrace the unknown, perhaps we'll be much better off than we are today. So the truth is, most people shy away from opening up to new things because of their past hurts. And perhaps you're one of them. You're listening, you're watching, you've been hurt. And because you've been hurt, you've been damaged, the possibility of you trusting again, the possibility of you, making efforts to go out there to better yourself. I'm not talking about, opening up yourself just for a lover or somebody to love you and date you. Don't limit yourself just to that. There's more to life than someone coming into your life. Please understand that. Here are some things people will do when they have been hurt by people. And maybe you can identify with some of these things. Number one, they are angry and bitter. That's it. Hurt people are angry people, and in most cases, they are bitter. Number two, they nurture their hurts. Yeah, people do that, meaning that they constantly replay in their minds what happened. Hurt people have a good memory, good memory of the wrong that was done to them. And they constantly play it every single day in their mind. Their memory of it is constantly, well, he did me that, she did me that. Well, my family did me this, and constantly replay it in their minds. Because that's what hurt people do. They nurture that. Rather than letting it go, they nurture that. Number three, hurt people build permanent walls to protect themselves from future hurts. Number four, they struggle to forgive. They struggle with forgiveness. It's hard to forgive because they've closed their heart. They are not allowing themselves, watch this, to be exposed to any more danger. So therefore, I don't trust anybody. Therefore, everybody's a threat to me. So I am going to now punish any future friendship, all because of my past relationships. Number five, hurt people, they limit the access people have to them. They limit the access people have to them. In other words, they block new opportunities from reaching them. In other words, so you hurt me? No. A great person, a person that God sent in your life to do business with, to be a good friend to you, or perhaps could be your future mate, you just totally block that access. Now, let me share with you why I believe you should open up to being vulnerable only to godly opportunities. See where I'm coming from now? You can be vulnerable, but only to godly opportunities. Number one, you ought to become vulnerable to the unseen things that God has for you. It's okay. The unseen things, the unseen opportunities, the uncommon opportunities that God has for you. Second thing I want you to do is to become vulnerable by allowing yourself to take faith steps in the following areas of your life: your love life, your family life, in business, and your financial life. Take those faith steps. In other words, it's kind of like faith steps. The world would say take risk, but we know it's faith steps. Take faith steps by opening up yourself to saying, just because the love I expressed to another human being a year ago, 5 years, 10 years ago, doesn't mean that that love cannot be revived and become more better and more fruitful to another person. Open up yourself to love. Nobody is great enough. No relationship or failed relationship is strong enough to destroy the power of love. And I can't tell you how many people who have allowed their bad experiences with their lovers to shut the door to discovering new love or new opportunities, not new love, new opportunities that will nurture the love that is so deep on the inside of them. So whenever you fail to become vulnerable in your love life, it messes up a whole lot of things, man. You just live in misery. That's what it is. You just live in misery for the rest of your life, all because you're closed-minded. You don't want to hear from nobody. You don't even want to entertain the thought. What about your family life? You got to open up. I know family can be the worst group of people. They can hurt you the most. I get that. I understand sometimes, you may think your family is dysfunctional and always acting up. But you have to open up yourself to loving your family, caring for your family. You can't divorce your blood. You may try, but your blood. In business, just because you tried a business before and it never worked doesn't mean you can't try again. Try something new. Hello, try something new. Try something new, man. That's it. And not only that, don't give up on your current business, that you are running. Even if it's not working and it's not yielding you a profit, you're in the hole. If it's a God idea, hang in there. Just make yourself vulnerable. Say, Lord, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll have a good story out of this. Maybe I'll become a part of those entrepreneurs who started out and struggled, but as the world would say, hit the jackpot. Instead of you hitting the jackpot, it's faith, it's favor. Wait for God to favor you. It's not that he hasn't already done it, but God's favor is on your life, but everything is done in seasons. Are you hearing me? So whenever you fail to be vulnerable, you actually close the door to any possibility of you finding security, safety, and protection. Now, one of the first things you should do to be vulnerable is to get healed of your hurts. Woo, that's a big one. Get healed of your hurts. So many of us have been hurt, man. We're fragile. We're a ticking time bomb. We've been battered, hurt really bad. Listen, unless you get rid of that, unless you get healed, you're going to sabotage your future. I believe I'm talking to someone right now. You're listening to this podcast. And if you be truthful and be honest to yourself, you're hurt. And because you're hurt, you have missed a lot of opportunities because it's hard to trust. And I'm not just talking about relationship now. Don't limit your thinking to that now. I'm talking about in general, in life. You've closed the door to what could be possible because you're not yet healed of your hurt. Because you see, whenever you're healed of your hurts, it's the only pathway to a life that produces the best version of yourself. Getting rid of that, getting healed of your hurts, is the only pathway to letting you become the best version of yourself. Some of you are not the best version of yourself because, honestly, you've allowed what people have done to you to turn you into a monster, to turn you into this closed-minded, just unhappy individual. Someone once said, don't chase love, money, or success. Just become the best version of yourself, and those things will chase you. Now, that is a mouthful. Don't chase after the money, the success, the love, and all this kind of stuff. Be you, and the best you can be, and all those things will fall right into place. And trust me, there's greater things on the other side of your fear. Oh, we are all bombarded with intimidation and fear. But there's always greater things on the other side of fear. Always. Are you hearing me? There's always greater things on the other side of fear. Let me say it again. There's always greater things on the other side of fear. So what are you fearful of? In all areas of your life, what are you so afraid of that it's causing you to be closed-minded? I'm not going to take that risk to start that business. I'm not going to take that risk to invest. I'm not going to take that risk to open up to friendships. I'm not going to take that risk to give my love away to somebody else again. No. It's saying here that when you get healed of your hurts, oh, it's easy. All the other things will fall into place. You see, getting healed of your hurts, your insecurities, your past failures will allow you to take the risk, which is really faith, to take faith steps to explore what's waiting for you in the jungle of life. Life is a jungle. I know some of you are scared and you just don't like the direction your life is taking, and maybe you're going through a Halloween moment in your life. It's threatening, it's spooky stuff, and it's scary. Your life is like a horror movie. Even with that, with the jungle of your life, that does things that doesn't make sense, I firmly believe you have an opportunity to take a risk, to take faith steps, to say, okay, since I'm on the earth, since God created me, let me explore. Woo! Let me discover. And some of you, come on, man, your life is boring, man. It's boring. And please allow me just to get in your face and challenge you with that. And the reason why I say that is because you just go through the routine and there's so many more things that God has in store for you, but you're scared. You just like the routine. You're satisfied with the routine. Come on, man. Get out of your shell. Get out of the box and be the best version of yourself. And so what if you failed at one thing and something over here and something over there? That's it. It's a part of your journey. Just as long as you don't die while you're going through the process, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. I don't mind being knocked down, though I don't like it, but as long as I'm able to get back up again, I'm good. See, if you tell yourself that, then it's okay. You'll open up yourself to the possibilities that are out there. And I would hate to know that all through the 10 months and a half by now, that you went through some stuff, that you were so closed-minded that you missed so many opportunities. Why? Because you were scared of being vulnerable. You see, not everyone deserves access to you, but you deserve access to everything that God has planned for you. Notice the difference. Not everybody should have access to you. They don't deserve that. But you deserve access to everything that God has for you. And if that's true, you cannot stay in between the people you're trying to shut out and the things that you need to get access, and don't make a decision on which side will you live on. You're in between those two things. You got to make a decision as you come to the close of a year. Do I want to just live my life every day shutting everybody out? I don't want that. That person hurt me. I'm scared of that. I'm scared of those things. Or do you want to say, okay, I deserve better than this. I deserve an opportunity. I deserve an opportunity to be happy. I deserve an opportunity to get out of debt. I deserve an opportunity to have good friendships and to succeed in my business and succeed in my education and succeed in my family life. It's up to you. It's up to you. You have to make a decision now and say, okay, I'll get past all of the drama, all of the insecurities that I'm feeling, and I'm going to trust God again and open up myself to new discoveries. So open up and trust yourself. Trust yourself. Do you know how many people don't trust themselves? You got to open up, man, and trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust people. And most importantly, trust God. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your godly instinct that you're better than who you and people say you are. Trust your godly instinct to say you're fearfully and you're wonderfully made. Trust your godly instinct that says the best is yet to come, that you deserve better. You got to trust those things. You got to learn to trust people. Yeah, not everybody's evil. Not everybody's out to get you. Not everybody will throw you under the bus. No. And trust God. If you can trust God, then He'll lead you to trust in the right people, and He will definitely give you self-confidence. The question I want to know is simply this: are you willing to take the plunge? Hello. Are you willing to take the plunge to say, I'm going to open up myself to new possibilities? I have to access these new possibilities. And in order for me to explore, I can't live within the walls that I've constructed around my life. Walls that says, I don't want to let anybody in. I'm comfortable living by myself. I'm comfortable loving just me. I don't care about nobody else in the world. I don't even want to make any more progress. I'm good. Let me die this way. No, you're better than that. You are better than that. Exit all of that drama. Hello. Exit all of that drama. Exit all of that insecurity and open up yourself to great possibilities. Yeah, it's out there. I know you're perhaps driving, going to work, and you're listening to this podcast. Perhaps you're already at work around your desk. Maybe you're getting ready and getting dressed in the bathroom. You're in the kitchen trying to put stuff together. Whatever you're doing, I'm telling you, stop trying to ignore that inner poking, if you will, that inner drive that's telling you, girl, you got to get out of this closet. You got to get out of these walls. Man, you got to, come on, you're better than that. You got to move beyond all of your insecurities and tap into your possibilities because they are there. If you live another 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, you better believe it. As the years are going by, while you and others may think, hey, life is too hard, life is too difficult, it's too impossible, there are people who are saying, oh, let me explore, let me try, let me see what good can come out of this. Let me see what's in 2021 for me. Let me see what's in 2022, 2023, 2030, 2040. Let me see what's in it for me. Because if God spared my life to see that year, then he must be up to something. Remember, God will never put you in a season and not make provision for you. I would just hate to know that you're in a prosperous season, yet you have labeled it as an unfruitful season, all because of your past. Don't let that happen to you. Hang in there, my friends. Stay strong. And it's okay. I understand. It's okay to be vulnerable. It is. Hope you got something from this. Hope I whet your appetite. I motivated you. I stirred up something in you to go and explore the things that God has for you. Please pass this information on to a friend, family member. Get the word out. Send them to my platform so that they can listen to the podcast. I am looking forward to seeing you next time. Please enjoy your day.